everybody, and welcome back to Dragonwing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP in chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my week. And I'm sure you can see based on the title, this week was kind of a doozy, so we'll get into that though. But first things first, what am I working on? I mean, you can probably tell for the most part, but we are currently working on Witch's Brew, and this is by Bridget Ashwood. There are two different paintings with DAC that are titled Witch's Brew, but yeah, this is the one by Bridget Ashwood, and I am just getting into this cauldron. I'm so excited. But yeah, this kit is my round painting I am working on. I was working on that DIY Moonshop kit, but I ended up scrapping that one almost literally, so I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But yeah, let's just get through what we're working with. So I am using my Drills and Chills Firefly tray, and this is the it's like, what was it, like purple and copper, I think, something along those lines. But yeah, I thought it would match this painting just perfectly. And then for my pens, I am actually using two Lace and Lathwork pens. This one is my most recent one that I purchased. I absolutely love it, and this turnstile is amazing. And then there's the other one. And I thought it would match the painting really nicely. I mean, this is like very Halloween-esque, so I mean, matches this little butterfly here, and then this one matches like the, well, you can't see the green books, but there is a green book. There we go. There's a green book, and there's also a Luna Moth there as well, so. Yeah, I almost said Luna Moth Witch because, you know, that Rita Konya painting. Oh, gosh. And then what am I using for my stickies? I am using Cinnabon glue dots. We are using Vanilla Cinnamon Pumpkin putty from Miranda's Crafty Corner. And I am using Drills and Chillax Wee Wax from Wee Wax Crafts, which I'm so excited. My good friend Laura, she just posted putty in her shop. I'm not sure if it sold out yet or not. I know she said she had very limited quantities of it, but yeah, she just started selling putty, so I got mine today, so I'm very excited to give that a try. And then for my cover minders, because I have two, I'm using this cute little one from Flowa Designs. This one came with the bundle I got that I unboxed on my last small shop haul. And hold on, let me just peel this back real quick, and then I'll show you what other one I'm using, which you probably already know what it is because I've been using it for a few weeks now. Okay, there we go. So that's my holding one, and then I'm using this cute little trash cover minder from Amazing Craft Shop. Unfortunately, Amazing's not currently making stuff. Hopefully she comes back at some point because I really love her resin work. Okay, so here we are. Make sure I have my light pad underneath here so that way I have a hard surface because, you know, I'm using my tablecloth. So yeah, okay. What color do we want to start with? Let's start with black because that's just a good starting point. So yeah, how you guys doing this week? Like I said, my week has been pretty crazy actually, for multiple reasons. But yeah, so oh, okay. The reason why I swapped off of the DIY Moonshop and onto this one, the main thing is I just was not enjoying working on it. I know like 2021 is when I purchased those kits, but that was also the time that they started switching around their rendering style, and that was when things kind of got worse with their rendering style and started like their downfall or their downward trajectory. So I had hoped that the paintings I bought did miss that. Unfortunately, they did not. So as I'm working on this painting, I'm just putting, like, it was so confetti heavy, and there was just like so much random colors in there in the background and stuff. And then like when I look at the actual image versus the diamond painting, it's like, okay, well, there's supposed to be these like filigree in the background, and I am not seeing that. It just looks like a bunch of like mush, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna waste time on working on something that I am not enjoying. Because it like literally it started feeling like diamond painting was a chore with that kit, and I was like, you know what, we're done. So I made a decision. I am going to be tossing it. It's not even going to be a save till later. It's just going to be an outright toss. Just because I'm not happy with it. And if I knew like when I stopped working on it, that was going to be the end. I wasn't going to go back to it. So yeah, that was unfortunate because, you know, that kit was pretty expensive, but it is what it is. And like, I think the main thing with that canvas in particular, it needed to be bigger. I think it was like only like a 40 by 50 or something, or a 50 by 60, one of those two. It was just too small for all the detail in the background, and it was a round too on top of it. So yeah. So I decided to switch up to the next round in my list, which is this one, which also means this is the last round I have on my list right now. Because I do have significantly more squares than I do rounds. So that means once this one's done, I am going to obviously work on my Trick or Treat Dragon, which is my next square. And then the next round after that I will be working on is the fall section of Dragon Seasons. So that is my plan right now. And then I also have my my next square already planned out. But yeah. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing that one didn't work out because I absolutely love the image. So hopefully another shop will pick that image up. I think she's currently licensed with Jade, so hopefully Jade can snag that. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's why I'm working on this kit, and I'm glad I switched it up because honestly I am really enjoying working on this one a lot more than I was that one. So I definitely made the right decision because it's like, this is a craft. We're supposed to enjoy the craft. And yes, that means that my Halloween season is very Diamond Art Club heavy, but I mean, that's what I have right now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the car needed new tires, so, and an inspection and registration all at the same time, so yeah, finances are a little tight right now, so I'll just make an effort for next year to make sure I have more small shops in my repertoire for Halloween. So yeah, there's my little plug on that. So let's talk about the week. So on Saturday, because I did film on Friday, so it's kind of funny, like I filmed Friday, and then Friday evening, my friends were like texting, and like my one friend, Angel, she was like, I miss you guys. I want to see your faces. Let's go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. And I was like, I'm game. Like, I can, like, I was like, if you guys want to pick me up, I can, like, abandon my husband with the baby and we can go. Not really abandon, but, you know. So, yeah, we actually did make it work out where we all got to go out. Like, we all met up. Well, 3 of us traveled together, and then the 4th of our friend group met us there, but we went to, because we have a 2-story Barnes & Noble out here, so we went there, and it was amazing. Like, we really needed that. Like, all of us did, because, like, we've all been kind of going through rough times and stuff, and you know how it is when you get to adulthood and it's like, oh yeah, I got all this stuff going on, and then it's like, oh wait, yeah, I never planned to actually hang out with my friends at all. So we haven't really done like a girl hangout like this in a really long time, which I know it's bad. But yeah. So yeah, we did that. It was really fun. We were like, okay, we'll do Barnes & Noble, we'll do lunch, and it was amazing. So yeah, but the fun thing with this was it was the first time that I have left the house without Sydney. Generally when I'm leaving the house, I'm going with my husband somewhere, and it's very, like, and like if we're both leaving her, like we're dropping her off with, or well, I mean, we're both leaving like either we both leave together or anything. But it was the first time that just me left the house, which was, I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting because, you know, I have been around her entire life. So it's like, okay, this is the first time she's going to be without me for a little bit. So let's see how it goes. And so I left while she was eating at lunch. That just happened to be when I got picked up. And so I said goodbye to her, said goodbye to my husband, and then me and my friends piled into the car and left. And then when I got back home, my husband was telling me, like, oh yeah, she cried when you left. And like, apparently, so she cried while she was eating and he got a picture of it, and I was like, oh, poor baby. And then and then after when she was done eating, he got her down from the table and she went over to the door, which we had the door open so she could see outside, and apparently she walked over to the screen and just started crying out the door. And I was just like, oh, baby. And of course, when I got home, she like ran over to me and stuff. And then like, and my friend Angel was trying so hard to like play with her and stuff, and she's like, no, give me mommy. So that was pretty funny. But yeah. So yeah, that was a fun time. Yeah, so we went to Barnes and Noble, and then like the first thing we did was head over to Starbucks because we all wanted drinks. We needed, and like we're like, yeah. Initially, it was just gonna be like a couple of or two of my friends were planning on getting cookies, but then they were like doing like a buy one get one 50% off on cookies or something like that. So we all ended up with a cookie. And so, like, it was really fun. So we were just sitting, like, we were standing there because I think we all finished our cookies before, like, all of our drinks got out and stuff. But we were just standing there talking while we were waiting for our drinks to be made. I got a PSL, which was really yummy. And then, I can't remember what Angel got. She got, like, this, I think it was, like, it was an apple drink. It was, like, a frozen apple drink with caramel in it. And, oh, my God, it tasted so good. It was, like, a caramel apple. And, oh my gosh, and we absolutely adored the barista working there. He was just, like, the most adorable man ever. Because he just, like, kept making, like, really random noises and stuff, and, like, I think, I think they forgot to give April and Cassie their cookies, so, we're like, oh yeah, you didn't grab our cookies. I was like, oh no, and then like ran for it. So he was really comical, so that got us laughing right off the bat. And then we did our trek through the bookstore. We looked at every section of the bookstore, like, yeah, just we really enjoyed looking at it all. And I was good. I walked into Barnes Noble and only walked out with a notebook. So, and it was funny too, because like, we found the notebooks and stuff, and I was like looking at this one in particular, and it's just like so pretty. It's got like a nautical theme to it and stuff. And I was like, ooh, I love this. I want this one. And so I called my husband, and I'm like, and he like answers the phone. I'm like, can I buy an $8 notebook? He's like, yeah, I don't care. I want to just double check, So that was pretty funny. And of course, like the girls laughing too, because like I didn't even say hi or anything. I just asked immediately. So yeah, I did get that notebook. And then we were like looking through, checking out book series and stuff, and being like, and my friend Angel reads a lot more than the rest of us. So like she was pointing out book series that we need to try and stuff like that. And then we all told my friend Cassie she needs to try Fourth Wing because dragons. My friend Cassie is as much of a dragon lover as I am. Actually, she's the one who always comments on my videos that she's going to steal my dragon paintings. But yeah, so yeah, it was a really good time, and we really, like, we all just needed it, because like we talked about things that were going on in our lives and stuff, and like we're like supporting each other a lot, and just it felt really good and was 100% needed. Like, I know, like, I've been going through some rough stuff lately, and just having that group and that companionship, that really just helped out a lot. So yeah, and then after we were done at Barnes & Noble, we went to Arby's for lunch, and like we all sat down, and I was just like, okay guys, let's have a real talk here. And I'm like, we need to do this at least once a month. And they're like, yes. So we already have the next one on the books. We're not this weekend obviously, but next weekend we're going out. Sounds like we're gonna go to one of the malls, so that'll be a lot of fun, because we haven't done a mall crawl in a while. Not since like pre-2020. Actually, I think the mall crawl that I did was in 2020, because after I got my tax return in 2020, because that was when I was single and living with my mom. So I was like, oh, and I got a decent tax return that year. I was like, oh, perfect. And I went and bought I bought myself a Nintendo Switch. I bought myself that huge Hogwarts castle from the Lego store. Like, I needed that Hogwarts castle, and I bought it, and it is just amazing. And then after I bought it, like, I had a week off of work, and I literally, like, spent the next 2 days putting it together. And it's absolutely amazing. I love it. And then, of course, you know, the week after that, I got back to work, and I was like, oh, guess what? We're all going to work from home because, you know, things are shutting down. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was the last time I went to the mall. So, should be fun. But, yeah, we got that planned. Yep, and then, like I said, I got home, and Sydney was really excited to see me, and she was actually pretty clingy to me that rest of the weekend. Yeah, she was like, she cried as she ran towards me, and I was like, oh, baby, I'm here, and I picked her up and held her and snuggled her and stuff, and she was just happy as can be. And that part kind of made me feel good because, you know, she's proving time and time again to be a daddy's girl, so sometimes it's like, okay, I guess I don't exist because daddy is home and stuff like that, but, you know, her doing that with me just made me feel really good. I'm like, okay, I love it. Just realized this looks like a little ghost. Is that what that's supposed to be? Yes? Or no, never mind. It's the shadow of a leaf. Looks like a little ghost though. Okay. And then Sunday, oh God, Sunday morning was a nightmare. I kept getting woken up so much. So like 4:30 in the morning, Artemis found a bug that was like, I think it was like one of those big mosquitoes, which I think those are like the male mosquitoes. But yeah, that was like chilling above our bed, like flying around and stuff. So he was like pacing across our pillows and woke me up so many times. So like I ended up waking my husband up. I'm like, can we get that, please? Can we get rid of that? And so, so yeah, he ended up getting up out of bed and getting it and tossing, or like, you know, smushing it and putting it in the toilet and flushing the toilet and stuff like that. So that did calm Artemis down, thankfully, and I was able, like, it took me a little bit, but I was able to fall back asleep. And then we ended up having to childproof Sydney's door because she would open her door, throw her pacifier out, and then close the door. So we put one of those like childproof thing, or like the door safety things, so she couldn't open her door on the inside there. And instead now she has been like literally slamming her feet against the door instead, and it's like, oh my goodness, child. So she was doing that pretty, like, I think it was like probably like 7:30ish. I would imagine it was after when the boys woke up. But yeah, she was like slamming against the door and stuff like that. And so that kept waking me up every time she did that. Because, you know, I have that mom brain and I wake up to everything now, and it's really annoying. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, and then like Zero and Artemis, their tag team trouble causing adventures happened again. So Artemis knocked a bracelet that Alex had made for my husband for Father's Day, I think it was, to the ground, and it was like a beaded bracelet. And then, you know, Zero just like chewed up all the beads on it and stuff like that. So that was like, oh my God, are you serious? So there I am, like at I think this was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like picking up these half chewed up beads, and I put them in the bathroom for the time being because the bathroom garbage was a little full. So I was like, okay, I'll just throw these down in the kitchen garbage in the morning, or when we actually get up and stuff. Oh, we're gonna do that and come back up. There we go. Come back up with 2. Yeah, and we wanted to make sure to get that out of there so Alex didn't see it get destroyed, because I mean, I think he would be upset about that. So yeah. And then, like, finally, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was like, you know what, I'm done trying to go to sleep, because honestly, it's just not working for me. So I just kind of like sat up and messed around on my phone, or I did my morning wake up routine where I scrolled on my phone to see, like, okay, or get caught up on like Discord, because like the Discord server's got so many people on the West Coast, so like there's always conversations that are missed in the middle of the night for me, because it's like earlier for them. We'll do that. Okay, and then the rest of that day was kind of just like, I was like, you know what, I want a relaxing day, because, you know, the weekend was kind of hectic and crazy. So, had a relaxing day the rest of the day, spent the day diamond painting, and I did manage to finish Witchcraft Room, which was exciting. That beautiful Mrs. Buttered piece. I absolutely love it. I think did I post it on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Instagram? I don't remember. Hopefully I did. So yeah, I got that all finished and it looks stunning and I'm excited. And then after that I dekit it immediately, because, you know, that's what I do. I dekit immediately, and then I kit up Trick or Treat, which is my dragon painting for the month. So it's that Anne Stokes dragon sitting on a pumpkin. I'm very excited to start that one next. It's going to be a fun one to work on. It's going to be very color blocky too, so it's going to go quick. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, and then that's the day I started Star Witch, and it's kind of funny looking at my notes, because like I take notes at the end of the day with what happened during that day and stuff. And so like on here I see like I was struggling with the alphanumeric symbols on that kit, which yes, those were a real struggle, because it was confetti with alphanumeric, and I was like, okay, this is kind of a nightmare. Let's do 939. Let's get that. Seems like there's gonna be a lot of it. Let's see here. And then, of course, you know, Sundays are our boy handoff day, so the boys came back, and that was a pretty uneventful day. Oh, I didn't talk about... I totally forgot to talk about our date night on Saturday night. So yeah, I went out with my friends on Saturday, but then I got home, and my husband and I were doing our Saturday weekly date night, because that's what we do now. So yeah, we watched Survivor, and we got Olive Garden for dinner, because we haven't done that in a while, and that's kind of like our treat dinner, basically. So yeah, we got some Olive Garden for dinner, and then watched Survivor, and then after that we played some Fall Guys together. And then like as we were booting up Fall Guys, Alex called. It was kind of funny, because like he was calling because like he missed us and stuff, and I was like, well, you're gonna see us tomorrow and stuff. And then we talked for a couple minutes. I'm like, you want to talk to Dad? And he's like, wait, Dad's home? And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't work on Saturdays. And he goes, oh yeah. It was pretty funny. So yeah, he talked to my husband for a little bit. So yeah, can't believe I forgot to write about that. I'm such a bad wife. No, just kidding, I'm not. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, and then yeah, so that was the weekend. Yeah. And then Monday we entered day 2 of not getting a lot of sleep. Once again, the animals kept me up all morning. Like, it's always rough that Monday we get back from, or Monday the boys come back, because we move from like a schedule where we're sleeping, well, we don't get up until like 9 o'clock usually, or at least one of us gets up and moving until 9, to suddenly like, oh, we're up at 6, and the animals just don't know how to act with that sometimes. So like Zero gets woken up and gets like crazy and stuff on the days that the boys are going to school. And yeah, so the Mondays are always the worst with it, because like he doesn't seem to calm down as easily, but as we get later in the week he starts calming down again. And like there's a couple days this week where he wouldn't even get out of bed when I got out of bed. I'm like, come on, Zero, let's go downstairs. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna lay here. So yeah, the animals kept me up again. And then of course on top of that, I ran out of coffee. Like I was out of coffee. And I'm like, how no? Because I was like waiting until we went to the store, and I was like, okay, well, we we usually go to the store like early on in the week when the boys get back, and after the boys get back, like we usually go on Monday or Tuesday. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll have enough coffee to get through this week, and by the time I run out, we'll be going to the store. Well, joke's on me. Ran out before then. I thought I had another serving for Monday, and I didn't, so that was rough. But my hubby, my amazing hubby, went out and got me a Dunkin' coffee, so that helped ease the blow a little bit. Although it was later in the day, so I was pretty tired, and like I think that lack of routine kind of messed with me, because like I'm autistic, and routines are definitely important, especially to me. Like I need routine to function. And the fact that I wasn't able just to wake up and have my coffee was pretty rough, and then I felt it for the rest of the day. Like I know part of it was feeling sluggish from not having the caffeine, but also just like I just felt very out of sorts the rest of the day, and I was just like, no, I'm not feeling comfortable right now. So I did have a little bit of mental health struggles earlier this week because of it. But yeah, we got through it. I'm guessing I don't have 3 there, do I? Boo! Hate when I pick up one too many. So anyways. And then Drake had his first meeting of math club on that. Oh, all right, no. Oh, there was a 3. Didn't look hard enough. Okay, he had his first meeting in math club on Monday, which he had a lot of fun. Although he said he was confused because he was like, I don't understand why we were playing Connect 4. And it's like, because they were doing Connect 4 and Battleship and stuff like that. And it's like, well, Connect 4, you do need to like get 4 in a row, so it's got numbers involved, so it makes sense. But yeah, he seems like he's enjoying that so far. Just give me one second. I'm checking to make sure I'm not missing any, because I tend to do that. Okay. And then, honestly, Monday night, I just ended up playing video games because I was so tired, and I mean, I needed to get stuff ready for raid the next day anyways, because I was like, you know, like I was supposed to, like I needed to run some mythic dungeons, so that way I could get my couple more pieces in my vault, or gear pieces in my vault. So I was like, okay, I need to do this. So I ended up not diamond painting that night and just playing video games instead. It's like, where was I just working? And then Tuesday, still had no coffee on Tuesday because we didn't get a chance to go to the store like we had anticipated. And then of course my husband was in the office, so it was just me and Sydney for the day, and I was trying to work through that, or try to like I was trying to parent with no coffee. It was hard. Yeah, and she spent most of her day playing with toys and stuff, which was good because like there's some days where she's like more focused on the tablet, and then there's other days where she's more focused on the toys. This week has been definitely more toy focused, which is good. I think I've noticed like the days that she is focused on the tablet is days that she is tired, which makes sense because she doesn't want to move as much and everything, and she's more cuddly on those days too. So yeah, figure that I've learned that about her. Oh yeah, okay, so Tuesday, here we go, we're gonna talk about this now. So we finished up dinner and we were about to get her ready for bed, and she took a tumble, and a very rough tumble, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was just like one of her normal falls, and she was over by the entertainment stand, so we're like, okay. And so she started crying like she does, and we're like, okay. I picked her up, started trying to soothe her and stuff. I'm like, it's okay, honey, you're okay. And then my husband looks at her and he goes, she's bleeding. I'm like, wait, what? So I take a look at her face, and she does have like next to the corner, like right next to the corner of her eye, she's got a cut. Well, it's more like a gash. It was small, but it was deep. So it was one of those situations where like, oh gosh, should we take her to urgent care? And I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm like, honestly, that's deep. I would feel better if we took her to urgent care. So we called up my in-laws and I was like, hey, Sydney took a fall or took a tumble. She has a pretty, she's got a deep gash on her face. Can you come sit with the boys so we can take her to urgent care? And all my mother-in-law said was, I'll be right there. And I was like, okay, cool. So they got over here, which, I mean, it's so great that they live only a couple roads over because they get here quick. And meanwhile, we're like applying pressure to Sydney's face to try to stop the bleeding and everything. But you know how face wounds go, they just really bleed. So yeah, they got here and poor Alex, he was in the shower and I was like, Alex, just so you know, we gotta take Sydney to urgent care. So when you get down here, Mom and Papa might be here and we might be gone. And I think he like rushed to get downstairs because he looked very worried about his sister. And I was like, don't worry, she's okay. Look at her. Like I showed him like she was being normal and acting normal. She just had a cut on her face and stuff. So, so yeah, we got her loaded into the car and headed out. And we have a pediatric urgent care near us, which is amazing. So we got there and we were like the first person to walk, like we were the first people to walk in at that moment. And like immediately after us, 4 other people came in. So it was like, okay, good. We came in at just the right time because we got right in. And so, we got in there and then we had a nurse practitioner checking her out and stuff. And the woman's like, oh, well, so of course, you know, she asked like, oh, has she like been throwing up at all or anything like that? And we're like, no, she's been acting perfectly normal since it happened and everything. So, there's no immediate concerns there. And she's like, okay, this doesn't look too bad. We'll just, use some liquid Band-Aid on it to, you know, to close it up. And that way, I only needed that for 2. So that way, you know, it heals a little bit better. So thankfully that's all it was, but it was rough at that moment too. Cause like cause since it was like right near her eye, they wanted to make sure like she wasn't going to get the liquid Band-Aid in her eye. Cause that just would have been bad. So, they like wrapped her arms and like wrapped her arms in a blanket, tucked them underneath her so she couldn't move. And then my husband had to lay across her legs and like I'm sitting there trying to like comfort her and stuff. And she's just like freaking out because, you know, they're holding her down. And, you know, I'm sitting here trying to suppress Mama Bear because I'm like, my child is in distress. But I was suppressing the Mama Bear. And was also trying not to cry in the process because that was really rough on me. I mean, this was like the first serious injury. I mean, if you can call it. Well, yeah, she's got a pretty nasty black eye from it too. So yeah, we'll say it's her first serious injury for sure, and it was difficult. But they got her bandaged up, okay, or liquid Band-Aid up. And then they're like, okay, just make sure you don't touch that for a few minutes. And I was like, okay, that's easy enough because I had her distracted with my phone. And even like in the car ride, I was sitting in the back seat of the car with her and making sure like she was not messing with stuff. And then they're like, oh, does she want a popsicle? I'm like, well, we haven't tried popsicles yet. Like, she likes ice cream, but we don't know about popsicles. And so they gave us a popsicle for her, and like she was being so dramatic over it. I went to offer it to her, and then she just like turned her head away and go, oh. I was like, okay. Okay, you little drama queen. So yeah. But yeah, we got her home, and as soon as we got her, like by the time we got her home, she was like running around the house like normal again, and it was like, okay. And then, like, you know, because all this happened after dinner. I was, like, right before my husband was about to leave for work and all that. And I was like, okay, well, now what happens? Because, like, he called in on Monday. So it's like, can't really call in 2 days in a row because we need that money. And, I mean, he's TIR, so he won't get in trouble for not showing up. But yeah, it's just like, we kind of need that money and stuff. So, we were like kind of basically judging it by time. So by the time we got home and everything was good, he was only going to be like, I think it was like 45 minutes late to work. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go in because I still got like a good 3 hours out of the shift. I'm like, okay. So away he went, and my in-laws hung around until after I had Sydney settled in bed and stuff. And then it was funny too, because like my mother-in-law, she's apparently a nervous cleaner. So I came home to a very clean kitchen, which I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I'm here for this. So yeah, I had a nice clean kitchen to come home to. I didn't have to worry about dishes that night. And then it was like, okay, so I talked a little bit longer, and then, yeah, my father-in-law took the dog out, and he did both, and so I was like, okay, cool. So my night just got 10 times easier now because all the stuff that I usually have to worry about has been taken care of. So yeah, and then so once I was all settled in and everything, they left, and then I was like, okay, now I can breathe. And then like it was like that question of like, okay, do I read tonight now or not? Because like I figured I was gonna be glued to the baby monitor, keeping an eye on her all night, but you know, the doctor said there was really no immediate concerns, like she wasn't showing signs of concussion or anything like that. So I was like, you know what, I'll probably do better for myself if I do raid. So I had reached out to my raid group and was like, guys, I'm not gonna be making it because my daughter is going to urgent care right now. But then afterwards I reached out to them again. I'm like, okay, never mind, we're home already and everything's fine and yada yada yada. And of course when I logged in, all the guys were like, oh, how's the baby doing and stuff. I'm like, oh, she's doing good, she's sleeping. She's sleeping from her long day because, you know, she was in bed like an hour late. But yeah, so, and I'm glad I decided to raid because honestly it was a good distraction and kept me busy and focused, and honestly made me feel good because we did an awesome job that night. Actually, we did an awesome job both nights. Oh wow. Where's the color I'm looking for? There it is. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, on raid night, we cleared we did the entire raid on normal, and we're like, okay, I guess we're going into heroic now. And then we got through the first boss on heroic, and we got some pretty decent pulls on the second boss. But yeah, we finished up the first boss, or we beat the first boss in like at raid time, and we're like, you know what, let's come back tomorrow with fresh minds and stuff. And so yeah, good thing we did. Yeah, and then apparently there was a glitch too with the second boss, which was really annoying, because he's got like this beam that shoots out from him, but then like the beam would come out and then it would just like chick back and then chick forward again, and it's like and that killed multiples of us. That killed us like multiple times. Like, wait, what? But yeah, that was an annoying thing with it, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was Tuesday. Crazy Tuesday. Okay, and then Wednesday, my husband ended up taking the day off from his first job, his main job, and because he doesn't work the second job on Wednesdays, so he had the entire day off, which was amazing. He took the day off because we were finally going to the DMV to get my name changed. I know, it's been way long overdue, but like every time we get a chance to do it, it's like, oh, we ran out of time. And then once school started up again, it was even harder because like Alex gets home at like 2:45. So it just, we just ran out of, like, we kept running out of time. So we ended up going, and I mean, we ended up having to call my father-in-law and be like, can you get Alex off the bus, because we've been at the DMV this whole time. And we had to run the grocery store still. So, is that it? That's it. So yeah, he ended up getting Alex off the bus, and then Alex went over there and hung out with him for a little bit and helped with some yard work, and I think, he's got $5 from it. But yeah, we got that all situated, so now I'm just waiting on my new driver's license to show up, and then once that's here, I can get my name changed with Social Security and all that, and then with my credit cards and stuff, so that everything will finally reflect my new name. Yay! And that was just funny too, because like I'm sitting there trying to, like, they're like, oh yeah, and then make sure you're signing these forms with your new name, and then I'm like sitting there, because I mean obviously I did cursive when I was in elementary school, middle school, and all that stuff. But it's been so long since I've done cursive that I only know the letters that are in my name, And so now I have like 2 letters that I need to figure out how to do in cursive. And I'm like, I think this is how you do it. So that was kind of funny. I should have practiced signing my new name. I was like, oh, how do you do it? This letter in cursive, like that was really funny. But yeah, got that all situated, and then went to the grocery store immediately after, and you know, it was a lot of fun at the grocery store. As I was like so worried because it's like, oh my god, hopefully nobody calls CPS on us because my child's got this big shiner and a cut and stuff like that. But yeah, I know it looked like she was wearing pink eyeshadow. It was just, and I mean, it's doing better today, thankfully, but it's still, I mean, she still has a black eye. But yeah, so we went to the grocery store and, you know, picked up all of our groceries for the week and stuff. And I've been really enjoying going grocery shopping with my husband. I think it's like some great family time that we have, and getting Sydney out of the house is good too. So yeah, it's been going good. So yeah, once we finished at the grocery store, we swung by my in-laws and grabbed Alex, and then came home. And then we had him, did he have to do homework? I think he might have done homework when he got home. And then we got a text from the neighbor being like, oh, do the boys want to play with the girls? And so like we asked Alex if he wanted to go out and play, and he said yes. And then when Drake came home, we're like, do you want to go out and play with the girls? And he said yes as well. So we did the reading time after that, and then the boys went out and played for a little bit with the girls while we got dinner going and stuff. And then that night was read night part 2, and it was kind of funny. There's just some people who are more suited for reading than other people, and that's very clear. And that was very clear that night in reading, because like we were struggling on the second boss, and then one of our other guildies was like, oh, you guys need help? And then like we're like, yeah, get in here. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna tank, and like he basically took over raid lead for that time. And honestly, oh my god, we not only got through the boss we were struggling with, but got through the next like 3 bosses. It was like, okay, well, we just cleared 4 bosses on heroic, and then we got stuck on the 5th one. But that was mostly because once again we kind of hit a wall with our damage output. We just needed more. So that's gonna come with people upping their item levels and stuff. So, and I mean, I've been working on that this week myself, because I know I was one of the lower people, but I was still pulling decent damage and stuff. Sorry, thought I heard the bus coming. Oh yeah, it's way too early for that. So yeah, we got there. Or I know I've been working on my character and getting better gear and stuff. So yeah, that was a good night though. Felt good. Oh, wrong. I need 3 dots, not 2 dots. So yeah, felt good, and yeah, just it was a good battle, or a good raid night again. Where is it? Right here. And then Thursday, I'm gonna stop and take a sip real quick. Okay, Thursday, yesterday, because I'm filming on Friday, the day is going up, because I forgot last night. Because I was excited I'm like, I'm gonna actually have a diamond painting night, and then I was like, my husband got home and I'm like, oh crap, I was supposed to do that. Oh well. It's okay, we're squeezing it in today. It works. Where's these? They're all up here. So, yeah, so yesterday Sydney actually slept in till like 9, and she was actually in a really good mood that day, which was awesome, because it was another like me and her day. So whenever she's in good mood on those days, makes things a lot easier for me. So yeah, she was in a good mood. And then it was kind of funny because she was like I said, it was a toy heavy week, so she was playing with her toys a lot. And at first she's like sitting there yelling and pointing at the front door, and I had it closed at that point. So I was like, well, we're not going outside right now because we're going to Mama and Papa's later, so we'll go outside then. And then she's like pointing at the door, like she just keeps pointing. And so I like opened the door, because I mean, we have been having the door open instead of air conditioner on lately because it's been cooling off finally. So I opened the door, and then she just like, she shoved her toy box over in front of it so she could sit on it and look outside. And then she brought a couple blankets over so she could be covered up while she was sitting and looking outside. And then like she slowly started moving all the rest of her bigger toys over. And she was just basically like barricading the door. And it was kind of funny too, because like our front door is right there, and then the stairs to go upstairs are like right next to it. And so she barricaded the front door, and then also created a maze that we had to walk through to get her up for nap time, which was hilarious. I was like, thanks a lot for that, child. So she did that, and then of course, you know, when I after I laid her down for a nap, I came down and I cleaned up so my husband could get in the house, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to get in the house easy. So yeah, that was pretty funny. I kept asking him, like, why are you barricading the door? Like, Daddy needs to come home, you know? Yeah, and then after Alex got home, we sent him immediately upstairs to do his reading and stuff. He said he got the rest of his homework done at school. And we were, and after that, we were like, okay, so once you're done with your homework, then Papa's going to come get you, and you're going to go over there, because we were doing family dinner, and they were also doing cousin playtime. So, yeah. So, yeah, since Alex is home earlier than Drake, my father-in-law swung by and grabbed him, and then went and grabbed their cousins as well. And so they had some extra playtime before we all got there. So then when Drake got off the bus, and of course Drake comes off of the bus with a French horn, we're like, oh yeah, guess what? Band's starting now. They're a lot nicer to the kids in band now than they were when I was in band, because when I was in band, I literally had to carry a French horn to and from school every day, and those things are heavy. But now they get a French horn at school and a practice one for at home. So I was like, oh wow, they're so much nicer to you guys than they were to me. So yeah, Drake got off the bus, and then he went up and did his reading, because basically like Alex has to do 15 minutes of reading every night. Drake's got to do 20 minutes of reading every night. So Drake went up and did his reading, and then when he was done, we all piled into the car and went over to my in-laws. And so Sydney was able to run around outside. She was having a lot of fun playing keep away with her cousins. And by keep away, I mean the boy, Alex and Eli were trying to play football with my husband, and Sydney kept running over and like grabbing the ball and running away with it. And then Maddox and Mama Sarah were playing, they're just kicking a ball back and forth, and then she would run over and steal that from them and stuff. So it was really funny. She was being a little thief. And then after she was done with all that, she would come back over to me because I was near the slide, and then she'd go up and do a couple rounds on the slide again. So that was pretty comical. That's my girl. That's my silly little girl. So yeah, switch our pens because we're gonna do some ABs now. Might actually finish the section for the WIP and chat. I have been single placing the ABs because I've been too lazy to load up the multiplacer. But it's okay. There's not much in this one, so I don't mind doing it. Oh yeah, and then whenever Sydney would go down the slide, she'd like hit the ground and go, oof, and then get up and do it all over again. It was so funny. My husband's staring at me. Let's see. And then we had pizza for dinner, which, you know, Sydney loves pizza. She was sat there like going, pizza, pizza, pizza the whole time. And she like scarfed her piece that we gave her. And then she had an apple TT sauce, because that's what she calls it. Or apple TT sauce. I don't know. She does a different amount of TTs in there each time. Yep, and then since my husband had to work, we came back a little earlier, and the boys just hung out at my in-laws, and my father-in-law brought them back later. So we got home and we got Sydney in bed, and then my husband had to head off to work. And then and then once he left, I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have me time and I can sit and relax and enjoy it. And no, I couldn't, because like I sat down and then suddenly Zero had to go out. Like, I was like, he's like, oh, it's like an emergency, needs to go out. I'm like, okay. So I got up and took him out and then came back in and sat down. And then Sydney was up out of her bed and messing around. I was like, oh my God. So I had to go all the way back upstairs and resettle her, or got her back in her bed. And then came back down and sat down for a minute. And then, like, I think Artemis knocked something onto the ground and Zero was trying to chew it. I think that's what was going on. And then, like, I'm like chasing these animals around and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I think I only got to sit down for like 15 minutes after I got home. And then the boys came home probably about like 7:30, 7:45-ish. Actually, yeah, it was 7:45-ish, because I remember they had half an hour, or Drake had a half an hour of playing his video games before bed. And so and then like Alex wanted to take a shower when he got home, so I'm like, okay, Alex, go ahead up and just take your shower now and get it out of the way and stuff. And so he did. And then came back down and was like, okay, you guys got about half an hour game. Yeah, actually, yeah. At that point, I was like, okay, you guys got about half an hour of game time. And jeez. Scared the crap out of me. Zero, you're fine. Jeez. So yeah, they had some game time, and then I got them tucked into bed, and then I was like, yes, I can finally sit. Set myself up on the couch with my lap stand, and I had this diamond painting over there, and I was getting caught up on YouTube videos, but I was like casting them to the TV so that way I could watch on the bigger screen. And yeah, it was a relaxing night. And then of course, like at 9:30 I had to go upstairs and tell the boys to go to sleep because, you know, they were still up and talking, which is like frustrating. But it's like, yeah, because like Drake was like rubbing his eyes like crazy at bedtime. I'm like, oh, are you tired, Drake? And he's like, yeah. And then he didn't go to sleep, and it's like, okay. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, the rest of my night was just basically catching up on YouTube videos because I've fallen behind on a bunch of stuff. So I was watching a bunch of WIP chats, getting caught up on people's month-end reviews and stuff like that, which I need to record mine still. Yeah, so it was kind of just relaxing. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say for today. I've just been diamond painting today. But yeah, look at that. We finished the section just in time. So what do we have coming this week? So you guys are getting a bonus video this week. Tomorrow you will get my month in review video. I had wanted to get it up by Wednesday, but by the time we had finished with the DMV and everything like that, there was no time to film. So I had to just kind of make it work I was like, okay, well, maybe I could do it after kids are in bed, but I'm like, oh wait, I can't do that because I'm reading. And it's just like, you know what, instead of trying to force this in and have to rush it, I'm going to just do it another day. So I'll be recording that today for it to go up tomorrow. So you guys will get a bonus video this week. So you'll get 2 videos this weekend. So you'll get my month in review. So you got my WIP and chat today. Tomorrow you'll get my month in review. Sunday will be my weekly WIP check-in. And then, wow, 4 days of videos. Oh, my poor husband. And then Monday I will probably be doing an unboxing of some sort. I still need to record a bunch of wrap-up Wednesdays. And we do have a special video that will be coming. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want it to be a surprise. It's going to be very exciting though. But I came up with an idea, and then my husband came up with a counter idea that sounded like a lot of fun. So we will be working on that. So that'll be exciting. So yeah, that's what you can look forward to this week. I will be posting a lot, but got to get that month in review up because that's always a very popular video. So yeah, that should be it for this WIP and chat. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, how are you guys doing? How's your week been? What have you been working on? All the good stuff. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And then if you're not already subscribed here and do like diamond painting content, please hit that subscribe button down there. And then hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. I generally post videos on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays, but just like this week, you never know when I'm going to throw another one in there. So definitely hit that bell to be notified. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.